Mm-hmm.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Tranquility Preseason Tournament. I'm Sergio Spade.
Everybody. I am Vila. We have a great day of Overwatch coming at you between Team Karma and Team Elusion. Now, Team Karma is entirely new to the Tranquility League, though a lot of its members are familiar faces. Team Elusion, they were around last season, but Sergio, this is an entirely new and rebranded team, pretty much.
Yeah, definitely. Because of schedules and with each player having different things going on in their life, three of the main roster is out for today on Team Illusion, and it's going to be a straight six stack where Team Illusion had to bring in Memo Rex from their affiliated Discord roster. Invictus, if I'm saying that team name correctly.
Mm-hmm.
He is a support main through and through. He will be teaming up to be the support duo for Honey on Illusion, but that is going to be kind of difficult, at least from my perspective, as also a healer main, and from you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you don't have someone to switch out with you, if a given situation requires a certain healer, a certain tactic, you kind of are in a tight place when you don't have someone to switch out with you in between games.
Well, hopefully across Heroes, they'll have their bases covered in between the two of them. Memo being from their Discord tier team Invictus, as Sergio just said, they're really going to be banking on his experience and his knowledge and his leadership to help lead them to victory, especially with Honey being pretty much in their debut game.
Yeah, didn't we get that right that Honey did come in just in season two or just at the end of season two?
Yes, she was recruited at the end of season 2, but is debuting today with Elusion.
Yeah, we got that down. Honey definitely is going to be coming in. I'm expecting from at least what we got and the information that we were getting from them was that Honey is going to be basically the Mercy on a 1-2 punch, and any other character that Memo is going to be playing is going to have to complement that well with their composition with the rest of the team. However, we are getting our team, both teams, players in set up. We got the people sitting on the sidelines waiting for the first map to get ready. And I don't know. For the first few games, I'm really expecting a head-to-head match
Well, yeah, I
from
don't want
both
to
sides.
promise any kind of compositions. Team Karma, them being entirely new, we don't know what kind of stuff they're going to run. They could be solely a GOATS 3-3 kind of team. They could be a kind of Chengdu, wacky 3 DPS Hammond kind of team. We have absolutely no idea. I don't want to make any promises, but I'm really excited to see.
Very flexible. Very flexible.
Right, and who I want to talk about on this team are the two DPS players, Landvetter and Splinter, the hit scan and projectile, respectively. They are new to this league. They are going to be in their rookie season. And DPS, it doesn't matter if you're all the way at the top in the Overwatch League or in Overwatch Contenders, all the way down to a quick play game. DPS tends to be the most impacted role uh, on a team comp. They tend to make the biggest impact in game, is what I mean to say. So I really want to see what kind of performance they're going to come out with.
Most definitely. Especially with between Splinter being projectile and Landvetter being hit skin. It's going to be kind of. I mean, I'm expecting
It just finished up.
it's going to be somewhat of a. I don't know. Like you said, it could be varied. This is going to be my first time seeing these teams go head to head. Splinter and Landvetter is going to be uh, kind of kind of the deciding factor, and really that's just with any DPS because just last night I tried to play a game and tried to do well with Tracer and Sombra, and it did not go well. If you if you are not contributing to the team as a DPS, and you're not making any progress.
Right.
I mean, I mean, it's kind of silly to say, but it's, you know, if it's the enemy team is still coming.
Well, I obviously want to talk about the main tanks for a moment as well. Stanky Pants with Team Karma, as well as Jewish Missile with Elusion. Yes. Both of these team captains spoke very highly of their main tank players. Stanky comes from a lot of different competitive teams outside of the Tranquility League, and Ski for Yeti, the captain of Team Karma, had so much faith in them going into this. And the same goes with Jewish Missile over on Team Elusion. And I always believe that when you look at two teams, you can usually guess who's going to win just based on who has the better main tank. So I really want to see their matchup as well.
Yeah, their main usually it's their main tank. The first main tank to go down is usually when progress is made when
Absolutely.
going into different maps.
Now arriving
Speaking of maps, first map we got going on here is Ilios. We're at Well here.
Absolutely.
This is going to be awesome. We got our control map first.
Yep, and the format, this is Overwatch League format. It is first to 3 in this, but we do go along the same map pool and same map rotation. Now, Ilios is really interesting because it always provides so many different comps. You can run 3-3 on this. You can run Ryan 3-3. You can run Winston 3-3. You can run the Hammond 3 DPS comps if you want to. So now we're just going to have to wait and patiently see what they want to run.
Yeah, or the more popular, the Rissa 3-3.
Ready for battle.
And it is going to be a Rissa Mirror matchup.
Yeah, at least for the startup here, we're going to. You can never tell with any team really who's Lucio or Arissa is going to pop off with these environmental kills on either into the well itself or just off outside the map. But it really just depends on who on the other team is going to be ready for that.
Now we're going to have a slight pause for a moment. Yeah, the Lucios are so pivotal on pretty much all of these maps here on Ilios. It's really going to be up to these teams to have solid teamwork and communication to be able to spot these Lucios out when they come in on their, you know, their Reddit rollouts, as the community likes to say, and be able to boot people into the well.
5.
Yeah, I'm really
4,
expecting something
3,
out of this.
2.
And now we see Memo is going to be the one on the Lucio. Look out for a big performance by him.
The objective.
All right.
He's rolling it out. It is going to be the Orisa Hog coming out with the Mercy Lucio.
We do have
a complete mirror matchup.
And here we go. First shots fired by the spawn seas on either side. Over the right side. Both set up on well.
One real well already.
Ooh. Alright, there we go. Gecko gets that. Both teams trying to fight for control of the center of the map right now. Trying to utilize the well and the surroundings to cover their Pharah and their other teams. We got
Karma trying to get aggressive with the use of the shield.
Now, usually getting into the corners that's when they push up like that, they really seem pivotal.
I'm taking the objective.
They want to keep fighting this because they don't have control just yet. They want to keep going. They don't want to go for tactical fighting this point out. But now it is going to go over to the side of Elusion.
Jewish Missile really held in there, really headstrong. He's going to set back up with his team. They're going to try to do another approach.
Very good shield management by him. And now they're just going to post up. They're going to hold out. And they're going to wait to see what kind of approach Karma's going to make.
We've got Skyper Yeti coming in on the left side here with
another big group by Memo. He's already popping off this game.
He is definitely.
But now responding one by Yashin.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have the Reddit Lucios battle it out right now.
And now a forward concussive blast.
Oh,
it is nothing but environmental so far.
Alright, Dennis almost gets the res off on his teammates, but it's setting back up with the rest of the team behind the rest of the shield. Looks like Honey's getting in the res on Gecko. Okay.
The res there, she will get punished for that. And now a big hook coming in from Splinter. Can they follow up and get the kill on the Memo? No, he's gonna be able to escape.
Supercharge is down. Trying to make sure that the guarantee is following kills. Down barrier goes off by Memo.
Karma have to make a play here. They're able to contest this point, but they're not dominating.
Oh,
they're not even moving. Now they're going to lose this point. This is disastrous for them. They've already given up 65%.
Each team fight's been met with at least 2 or 3 people going into their already set team. Jewish Missile is already set up.
Elusion have just been doing a better job so far of just staying connected as a unit. We've been seeing Karma kind of flying around left and right. They've been kind of getting split off. They've been getting hooked off from Splinter and moved by Memo Rex. They just need to play tighter as a unit if they're going to be using this
I
Orisa
will
Hog
not
competition.
waste this opportunity.
Barrage is up from both sides now.
Your support has arrived. Justice reigns.
Oh,
Shut down!
Heino gets canceled out by the barrage. They're gonna try to follow through with the switches behind.
Spawn and Barrage gets canceled out by the sound barrier. Great ultimate there by Memo. Redemption, excuse me.
Oh, double kill on that.
That is going to be the first round going to Team Elusion.
Oh, that was
Celebratory whole hog.
that final ultimate in. It's the champagne of victory, dude.
They did a great job there. They just sat there, they dug their heels in, they got into their defensive position they wanted to get in very early out, and there was nothing Karma could do in order to get them out of it. They had no answer.
Definitely. They were trying to set up the shield center map. And center map is when they got a little bit too aggressive, and that was really the turning point because then they just started the trickle war.
Well, when you set your shield up mid-map like that as an Orisa, you're allowing the Lucio to be a little more aggressive on the opposing team to go for boots because they're not set up more comfortably further back away from that murder hole, as everybody likes to refer to it.
Most definitely.
We do see
like
some composition swaps now.
I like to call it the boop hole of justice. Alright, so
We're
we
gonna see
got
Somber on both sides.
and pharmacies also.
The Junkrat as well. Junkrat very good on this point. As long as you can get control early on, that's already not good for Team Elusion.
Let's get you back.
Definitely made sure to get control of the center of the map first.
Absolutely. Map control, very important.
We have Stinky from Karma trying to stall out the point as he's trying to get settled in.
Yeah, Karma really getting settled on that point, which is huge with the Junkrat.
He's getting chased around everywhere by Jewish Missile, like, the entire team. He's being forced off to the point. Point unlock is going to go to Elusion.
Ahorita regreso.
Damn it, we're playing far from the team right now. They're going to make a smart move and go back to the group.
Faro's doing the direct impact battle. Jewish Missile trying to help out in the air.
This is a very split fight. Lots of mobile comps here, lots of moving parts.
Yes. And you can see Nick Stahl and Splinter kind of moving around. Splinter gets a kill on Memo, but they haven't been really to do anything so much as get a pick or two, setting up for any EMP combos that they might want.
Kills coming in from Karma. They're also going to be able to get the Resurrect. The hack goes off onto Speed for Yeti, but it doesn't really matter. They're going to be able to get onto the point, and they're going to have the point presence and take control.
Jewish Missile not able to make it out in time.
Big stagger right there.
Elusion's
if you
trying to
look at
set up
this-
for the next time.
And if you look at this, Nick already has his EMP. Splinter's only at 47%. That is a massive ult disparagement in between these two teams. So they're really going to have to be looking out for this EMP when they come in for their next push.
Definitely. Now's the time where they're really going to want to play spread out like they were prior. One on point
Already
for
on the pick,
Karma.
there goes the EMP. It's off the table.
They don't have the EMP to settle with anything, but do have ults to help the deciding factor on this.
Coming with the Riptire, can he find it? And he does find one onto the McCree. Landbetter goes down. There goes the
comes off.
EMP. All the kills coming in favor of Team Elusion.
Only one res gets put off of that, but it's just not enough. Sky for Yeti just had to die there. Couldn't do anything.
That's a very late kill. That's going to really hurt their ability to regroup and come back in for another contest.
Landvetter is still doing work, getting those kills from distance.
Absolutely.
They
Very
tried to
smooth
move
coming in there.
in.
Splinter's going to be coming in with this EMP on the next team fight. Big double by Gecko right there. Showing why Junkrat is so popular on this map.
We got Stinky trying to stall the point, getting his team ready to move in.
He ends up going right into a barrage.
Oh my goodness. The res does go off on the Lucio though. Let's see if that movement is going to help team move in.
Oh, what? What just happened there?
Well, it seemed as Cryogenics didn't have anybody to fly to. Unfortunate for any Mercy off.
What happened? You're already losing the point.
However, those are really good cleanup kills. A Riptire comes in desperation, does get it on Landbitter. The Gecko
And
does.
they are going to be able to get the cap.
Yeah, I think Gecko was looking for a bigger Riptire there. Oh, gets. I think he did that on purpose, actually. He probably just get off to reset.
Beacon in place.
Realized that the point was lost. They still have time to reset and get their team together.
Very fair. And now with the EMPs, it is Splinter who has the upper hand here. Nyx is only at 63.
Definitely looking at ult advantage. Multiple combinations they could do, but we really need them to be in the point. Right now it's just the poke war trying to get some ult
Heroes
charge.
never die.
Here's something else going to charge over for Elusion. Trying desperately to get back onto that point.
As you say.
Hack
He
makes
comes in.
contact.
He comes in, has deleted the sound barrier as well.
From above.
Sound barrier trying to keep the point going.
Oh, this is such a good match.
I am on fire. Ay, pobrecita.
Karma's able to hold it the entire time.
That is going to be it.
And there we go.
Conclude our control map. Team Karma will take it as we move into Assault for our next map. Now, what the map is exactly, we don't know. It's going to be random, but we do know with absolute certainty it will be Assault or a 2CP.
Look at that patience. Just to get that last shot off. Fighting's time. Ah, that double was so beautiful. So loser picks the next map on Assault. We're gonna see that here in a second. Ah, that was so amazing. I was at a loss for words. I couldn't even. Everything was so back and forth. It was so beautifully executed. It was. It was first. It was a poke war between the pharmacies and the ground troops, and then it was the multiple environmental kills on well that really helped. Actually, it helped both sides because both sides actually got really monumental environmental kills on the well. Between it wasn't even just the either side's Lucio. A few times the Pharah got a boop into the well too. It's fantastic. Looking at the lineup actually.
Okay, we are having some issues with the overlay, but not a big problem. We're working on getting that fixed right now.
Yeah, that was an issue a few nights ago. All the kinks are still getting wrinkled out. No worries here.
And it looks like it is going to be Volskaya Industries for our next map choice coming out from Elusion.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Losing team choose offense, correct, fella?
No, losing team chooses map.
Oh. Okay, and the winner gets to choose sides.
Correct.
And what I really find interesting is the different kind of defensive compositions that get set up. Not sure. I don't know who's going to pull it off. I don't know what team is going to do it, but I really am really hoping to see any fantastic Ana plays. That's what I'm actually really interested in.
Well, last game was Alt F4 versus Eclipse. We did see a lot of great Ana play from Bubbers from Eclipse. We're more likely to see a lot of Sombra play continuing into this map.
Yeah, we did only see both sides have a Sombra for Lighthouse, not well last map, which is kind of surprising because Sombra on well does actually work out pretty, lack of a better term, well.
Well, Sombra is always a good pick right now, but Sombra isn't run as often on well as a lot of other heroes. Like we saw the McCurry, we saw the Pharah, Widowmaker, Hanzo, those are still pretty common. But when you start getting to the other maps, you see a lot more Sombra, especially on Ruins. But here on Volskaya, it's almost guaranteed that you're going to see Sombra.
Or that infamous Symmetra cheeky play around the left side if you're on assault.
Don't know about that one, Serge. I don't want to make any promises with that, but we can't hope. We can dream.
I like to dream. I want to see a world full of epic Symmetra plays. Well, I do what I.
Okay.
So, well, tell me, from your experience, just while we're waiting for everything to get set up, what has been the most effective way to approach an offensive when you're on Volskaya?
To approach an offense or a defense? Because remember, it's a defense you don't really approach.
No, yeah, you wait for them to approach you. But when you are the one doing the approaching.
Well, again, Somber's very popular. You see a lot of Widowmaker. You can go up on the left side over to the low ground. You can go up on the high ground over to the right-hand side. You have a lot of sneaky angles. Sometimes double snipers run. We see Winston very commonly because there's a lot of high ground to contest. And ideally, you want to herd them away from that mega room where they want to kind of group up and stay together as a unit. You want to force them out of that comfort zone and then get the picks as they're kind of running around. That tends to be the very basic premise for a lot of attacking sides.
Running around to the mega and to the mini that's on point A. That
Right,
seems to
because a
be
common
really
place
good.
for rotation for a lot of defending teams is that mega room over to the left-hand side if you're looking at it from the defensive side.
See if I can get a look here. Who's going to be offense, defense first?
Just waiting on the team composition, seeing what these two teams want to run.
Ready for battle.
And unless we're getting a debate, we are going to see the Somber on both sides. We see Memo on the Bastion, Nick on the Symmetra. I wonder if that's just some spawn room fun there.
Attackers incoming
Ah,
in 30
Bella, my dream's
Please.
gonna come true.
Please,
Oh, it's gonna come
do
true.
not switch off of this. Please don't switch.
Oh, it's gonna come true. We got Elusion going on the attack. Oh, please let it be the cheeky Symmetra play. And of course, Karma on defense, they're getting set up.
Right, they are going to come out with the Reinhardt. They are going to have the Ana 3-3 with the Sombra.
And Master Splinter gonna be running
One. Attackers
Brig
incoming.
for this
Burrito.
composition.
Defend objective A.
No surprises here coming out from Karma. It's going to be on that left-hand side with the Reinhardt and the choke.
Illusion made some composition changes.
Yes, they're playing
Nope.
Genji here, which is very interesting. Now going to be swapping to the Pharah. This is a good pick here. Karma does not have a lot to do with a Pharah here on defense. They're going to run the Hanzo as well. This is a great comp run by Elusion.
They ran those dive characters just to get a little looky-loo, see what the defense is running with. Defense is already going to the mega, as you said, rotating into the mega room.
They know they can't fight this.
Illusion's just gonna have a clean walk onto the point. You got Jewish Mitchell trying to. Ooh, a hack on
Your
the
choice.
choice.
Converge on me.
A hack finally goes off on Stanky.
Oh, they're just going to jump him in that mini room, but can he get out in time?
Hopefully, but it doesn't seem like anybody's constitutionalizing on it. Get goes the first one down.
So they are going to get the res. Someone has to punish that on the side of Karma, but they are going to get it. Just after I say that, Honey goes down. The Pharah now without their pocket. The hack comes in, and they are going to go down. This is going to stop their attack. They have to go back to the drawing board and try again.
They are escaping. Shooting is backing up. Always a good sign.
Illusion got set up very well there. They came in from multiple angles. They had the Hanzo up on top of the smaller building. They had the Pharah in the sky. They had the Sombra coming in from the left-hand side. They did so well in just getting them out of their comfort zone, but just couldn't quite capitalize when they got the hack onto the Reinhardt.
And I think it was after the first attempt when the hack didn't go off. Oh,
Biggie. But look, they're able to just hide around the geometry. But now Nick, big play, he's gonna get 2.
Shatter doesn't connect to anybody. Stanky goes down. Now it's just a cleanup crew. Valkyrie comes in by Honey. Both
Maybe a
tanks
bit of an
down.
over for the Valkyrie. You would like to have that pushing into point B, but understandable. Probably just wanted to be able to make sure they were going to get this cap. Didn't want them to be able to come in, stagger their way back into it, and maintain control of the point. And that is going to be Elusion taking control of point A, moving on to the extra 4 minutes.
As soon as those tanks fall down, you just gotta sweep the rest under the rug and keep moving.
Absolutely. I'm not sure what the actual percentage is, but I'm fairly certain if you lose your main tank to start off, it's like 7% chance that you're going to continue to win that fight. Another Dragon Strike already coming in.
Gracious. Got a purple on Judas Missile. He's gonna be trying to walk away as he's hacked also.
A bit of a questionable EMP there. Didn't really catch much of anything there, but they are going to win the team fight. That's one that Land probably would want back.
It hurts. Forced to go back. Doesn't quite actually get away.
And now this next fight, this is the big matchup. It's going to be Memo. Sorry, excuse me. It's going to be Kurt against Yangshin. Yangshin has the sound barrier. Kurt is going to be coming up on that EMP. Yang cannot afford to get hit by this EMP.
Definitely not. He's charging up quick.
Yes, EMP, one of the fastest charging ultimates in the game, as well as sound barrier, provided you can hit a lot of your shots.
Landvetter's doing his best to get his EMP set up. He's at 40%
right now.
Yeah.
Alright, James, great positioning here. Right up on there on that back catwalk. Exactly
There it
where
goes.
you want to be. And there's the response, the sound barrier. Shutting down the EMP.
Now it's just a sustained battle. Get 3 in the grab.
That's a fantastic play. They use the Graviton Surge, and they're able to throw in the Biotic Grenade after deny any sort of healing. And they are going to hold this.
Elusion's just forced to back out again.
It's just been great combinations coming in from Karma on this defense. They lost it very quickly on the first point, and they've really got it into gear onto the second point.
Sonic Arrow doing the scouting.
Right, watch for Stanky coming in. He's going to have this Primal Raid, so he has a lot more... He can afford to be a lot more aggressive here, because he knows he has the escape using that ultimate. I'm really interested to see how he's going to use it.
He gets a little spread out from his team here.
Those Sombras going down there. Land not going to be able to use that EMP either, because it looks like he's going to want to push it on that.
Primal's just making some mayhem, forcing an ultimate out of Honey.
Right, just wanted to make sure they're not going to be able to try to push in, trying to kind of stir them up a little bit, push them around, make sure they can't try to get comfortable and push into that point while they're on.
Judas Missile's going to be trying to tickle Stanky for doing that to his team. That wasn't very nice of you, sir.
Once again, both Sombras going down, and this does not benefit Elusion at all. It is not worth the trade when you're on this attacking side, but they are going to get the res off. But having said that, Judas Missile goes down. Riptide coming in, gets 2 from Gecko.
Oh! Dragons uses zoning as they're just cleaning up the rest of the team. Another the EMP goes out.
Land. But it is going to be enough. And it will be Elusion getting both points to start the match.
Yes! Sorry, I'm not rooting for any side or anything. But I just love it when a fight is like back to back, like head to head. They're even trades between the fight. There's no, because you're always gonna have that one deciding ultimate fight that just completely wipes the team, or at least most of the teams so they have to back up and reconsider what their options in life. But when it's that close and that even, it just makes for, I don't know.
Right, and they were able to cap with 1:30 left in the time bank, which is crucial for them. And now I really want to see what Karma is going to be able to bring on their attacking round. Their defense was very unimaginative, which isn't always a terrible thing. Nothing wrong with trying to stick to the basics, kind of keep it simple, and work on those basic fundamentals. And now I want to see, looks like they're going to come up with a very similar approach on attack, unless they change something up here in the spawn room. They're going to be on the Sombra 3-3.
Attackers incoming.
Very interesting composition coming from Elusion here.
very interesting. They're going with the Moira. They're probably anticipating DPS here on this attacking push, which is not atypical for Volskaya. Just like we saw with Elusion on the prior round. They came out with a lot of DPS. They came out with the Hanzo, they had the Sombra, the Pharah. So ideally when you run this Moira, it's because you have a very high healing output to keep your team up, and the Fade and your self-healing make it very difficult for DPS to be able to pin you down. The
Most
Moira,
definitely.
And
Also
Moira-
considering how fast the Hanzo was charging up their Dragon Strikes last round.
oh, absolutely. So the Moira, very good for trying to play against multi-DPS compositions.
Okay, Nick spraying down the corner is able to see Lat.
Just doing some scouting. They know they have the Sombra. Now this is an interesting composition because they're running with the Corpone as well, and they're running double main support. So when they come in with this Graviton and this EMP from Karma, they're not going to have a single defensive ultimate to be able to worry about.
But one thing I have seen multiple Moiras do, and myself included, is if the Graviton Surge does come in, and you do have that Coalescence come up, just like EFP, it does charge really quick. Coalescence is utilized whenever you fade out of that Graviton, and you can use Coalescence to save your team and do damage to the enemy team in the process.
Right, but if it's not compared to a Transcendence or a Soundwave at all, and look at the way that Elusion are defending this. That's right, the way that Karma are attacking. They have their Sombra up on the high ground. They were able to just get free 75% ult charge because nobody on Elusion was able to get up there and do anything about it. They were just free firing. This is disastrous for them.
Free frying to a very spread out team on defense. Honey's just doing her best to make sure she tries to heal everybody, try to get a grasp by everybody positioning.
What a charge by Stanky. Coast to coast from the right side of the point, all the way inside to the left on the Gecko. Coalescence coming in. Is it going to be enough? With the EMP. But a responding EMP comes in from land.
Hello! Will it be enough to wipe out the team though?
They need to get the kills coming in quickly before the spawn.
Sustainability coming in with the rally. Oh, EMP, will it zone? Oh, beautiful.
That Transcendence usage there. If they just gotten behind the Reinhardt shield, they invested the Transcendence. That looked like a panic move coming out from Cryogenics.
It was either panic or he didn't have enough time to get behind his shield or any cover. However, it does seem that it's going to pay off in the end because they are able to clean up. And Memo's just going to be forced to regroup.
In all due fairness to Cryogenics, they probably didn't know that Stanky was right behind them with the barrier. But it is going to be Karma taking point A, moving into point B.
And Memo is staggered for this upcoming point. Not too much of a stagger.
You can already see they're wanting to get into it quickly. Now if you look at Elusion, they have almost nothing to work with. They're going to have the Coalescence, and they're going to have the Molten Core, but that's about it. It's going to be the best Molten Core of Gecko's life.
And speaking of Molten Core, it goes in.
And I guess it will be.
Rolling out the red carpet, making sure that Stanky didn't get away.
Stanky goes down, Splinter goes down, and that is going to be Karma repelled on their first attempt. And now even more from Gecko. Gets two more
Hello.
and Mazaria.
Swings of the hammer just forcing the entire team back. This is amazing.
Kurt's gonna need to build on this EMP really quickly. You see him in the back line. He's working on trying to get that charge up. They know how to ult track. They understand that Karma are gonna have a lot of ultimates coming into this, and the EMP is their best defense against it.
But you're also going to have Karma's counter EMPs and both, actually all three support orcs coming in to assist with that.
Right, all 6 ultimates on the board for Karma. They should be able to take this, barring divine intervention.
Landvatter's getting set up in the back.
Gecko's on the back high ground there.
Landvatter's
Shatter coming in.
He comes in with 2.
Don't think he's ultimate in. Really wanting to make this big EMP. He wasn't able to get the shield up, and the self-destruct gets 2, and they're able to get the resurrect.
And the fight keeps going on. Skyfree's just trying to get his team fall back.
And that's a disaster for them. They invested 4 of their ultimates, and they got nothing. Absolutely nothing. And the kills just keep coming in from Elusion. And the Coalescence on top of it. Not sure how I feel about that.
Kurt just cleaning up the kills here.
Absolutely. He uses EMP at the beginning of that last fight, and he's already at 76% for another. Big plays coming in from the star DPS from Elusion.
Oh man, I gotta say, that hurt. From where I'm standing, that hurt me.
I'm not even in this game, Surgeon. I felt hurt by that.
Kurt's staggering around. Splinter's not having any of that. They are done with Kurt's nonsense.
I finished up on the high ground by himself.
Landrider's
Oh,
still
Nick,
sitting.
that's a poor play from Nick. He went in to try to punish Cry up on the high ground, used his jet boost, and ended up staggering himself over into the mini
Огонь
room.
по готовности!
And now the kills are coming in from Karma.
He's got a single grab. Juice Missile trying to get out. He doesn't seem to get to escape.
Great sound area coming in to counter that retire. But another big EMP. Is that going to be enough for Elusion?
I think it will be. They're turning the tide. Wait, hold
They
on.
invested the trans. Big shatter comes down.
The sustainability with the shatter. Will it be enough to turn this around? They get the kill on Kurt.
Coming in, Spanky making big plays, but he is going to go down from Gecko, and it is going to be Elusion holding this once again. And no matter how you chalk it up, they are going to have a superior time bank going into the next round.
And Hunter Moira strikes again, making sure that Landbetter has to stagger, and the team has to wait for him.
And now this next play is all going to come down to Land. He has to EMP up. Elusion has nothing to combat this EMP.
For the
They have
two
to
times,
understand it's coming. They have to play spread apart here. Gecko has to play up on this high ground around the walls to be able to not get his ability to use the Riptire taken away, because that is going to be their best defense when they come in using this EMP. Look at Land. He knows that he wants Gecko in this.
Kurt is just doing what he can, getting his into ready.
He gets Gecko! Woo!
4-man EMP.
But Land goes down immediately.
Big anti also. Look at all of those assists on that kill.
Massive coming in from Gecko. Gets 2 and a D-Mac for Root. And once again, Elusion is going to hold this.
It has just been hold after hold.
Gecko had such a good disengage there. When he got knocked off the high ground, he got hit by the EMP, he went back into the mini room, where nobody could really touch him from Karma, waited for it to wear off, and went back in with the Riptire. Very intelligent play from him. Karma, they've been making very good pushes initially, but they just haven't been able to make the pieces fit.
The missed timings. You see at the last minute here, Landvetter gets off. Oh, the Sombra. Go
Land
for
over onto the
Widow.
Widowmaker, trying to get picks in the clutch. Can he do it? The kill's coming in. Gecko with another 2-piece.
Getting a pick.
It is going to be Elusion. Elusion will take map 2, tying the series up 1-1 as we go into the half.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, sorry. Again, not taking sides.
Absolutely great somber play coming out from Kurt there. Just an absolute DPS. Crazy performance from the both of them.
I'm just so sad that Landvetter wasn't able to get his EMPs off as much as Kurt was.
Well, it comes down to how well you play the hero, Serge.
Is that what I'm missing in my life?
It would appear so. But that is going to do it for us for the first 2 matches. We're going to go into the half, and we will see you coming right back out for map 3. Woo! as a resource too. Like if you feel oh, okay. Sure.
Hello and welcome back from halftime, everybody, to the Tranquility preseason tournament. Guys, I'm Sergio Spade.
I am Vila, and we have Karma and Elusion. It is 1-1 at the half. We're going to be going into King's Row for our next map. We do have a substitution coming in. Memo is going to be moved out on Team Elusion. Ivy Cat is going to be joining in on support.
It is a halftime miracle. We were told Ivy was going to not be able to make it, but she is gracing Illusion with her presence. Honey's got her partner in crime back on the support line, and I can't wait to see how these two actually work together.
Absolutely. Newer team was in a little bit of trouble. Decided to, make some time and be able to come back in and be there with them. It's very, very sweet of her. But
Yeah, released from the shackles of work. However, Memo did actually do a lot of really good plays on the first two maps. I gotta say.
well, he is their player from their Discord affiliate team, so he's used to playing at a slightly higher, kind of more elevated level. So I'm also interested to see how Illusion does with Ivy in that position as opposed to Memo, kind of losing out on that leadership and that experience at the higher team. Not at all an indictment on Ivy, but we are going to be
Right.
seeing someone different.
But yeah, it all just comes down to unit cohesion because if anything, Ivy is part of the primary lineup
Right.
for the support line, as long as Dergs no hugs or Drugs no hugs. I think I spelled that wrong.
Yes.
Um, for their support line on Illusions. Now, I'm actually interested to see if the fights between the back and forth of the supports trying to save each other's teams is going to be more even out.
It's definitely possible, Serge. I really want to talk about the DPS real quick because on Volskaya Industries, Elusion had incredible DPS play that really saved them so many times, particularly defending on point B. Kurt and Gecko, I already know I said at the ending of the second map, but I want to again talk about how incredible their performances were, just utterly saving their teams. Karma was coming in on very good pushes off of EMPs, off of really good support usage, off of very good Earth Shatters coming in from Stanky. And every time they had the Riptire, they had the EMP to be able to come in defensively and save the point. And I want to see more incredible highlights from them coming into King's Row.
Yes. And it looks like we're trying to get Nick set up here on Karma's side. Skyfree, Cryogenics, Lanvetter, Stanky, Splinter, and Guava de Jour. And over to Elusion, we got Jewish Missile, Kurt, obviously the talk of the town right now. Ivy coming back from work, Nick Saw, Honey, and Gecko. I'm so enthralled with the gameplay between these two teams right now. I'm oftentimes at a loss for words.
It's been very close so far, and I don't think that's going to change at all coming into King's Row. Again, especially with Ivy subbing in for Mimo. We are having a little bit of an issue with Nick for Elusion being able to sub back into the game, but that'll be sorted out here in just one moment.
And the very close speaks for itself when it comes to the score. Karma taking Ilios and Elusion's obviously taking Volskaya. You gotta think. I'm seeing this from a support perspective. You're seeing it from the massive DPS perspective. What do you think was the deciding factor? Obviously, you spoke vocally about the DPS play, but what do you think aside from that was the deciding factor when it came to those team wipes that Karma just had to keep getting pushed and pushed back from that point B? Because that was crazy. That went on forever.
Well, there was also just great ult tracking. They were doing a very good job, Elusion, just staying spread out, understanding when they were going to be coming in with the EMP by Landvetter or coming in with the Earth Shatter, keeping in good positions around the geometry and the walls of the map, particularly on defense, to stop themselves from being, massively affected by those ultimates. It was just very good team play rather than individual play in that regard.
Yeah. So here we go, coming into map 3. Could be the It is the deciding. No, could be the deciding.
No, it's first to 3. First to 3 in this series, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to see what Jewish comes out with over on Elusion, because we've already seen him play pretty much all the main tanks so far. That's what Nick was saying before this match started. He was praising Jewish and how versatile he is. He's a very balanced main tank.
For battle.
A lot of main tanks they're Reinhardt specialists, like Super or Mono from Overwatch League. They're Winston specialists, or they're like Amon, where they're a Wrecking Ball specialist. But Jewish is very balanced in what he plays.
Right. And just from what we saw from last game, I think you could agree that just the mechanical placing of his his overall placement, the bubbles, who he was tasing with his little zapper gun, it was just speak of it what you will, but it was all just beautifully placed, making sure to always keep enough room for his team to be able to utilize his movement on the map.
Oh, absolutely. And we are going to see Ryan 3-3 with the Ana coming out on defense from Karma. And we're going to see Somber Goats. So very unimaginative design coming out from these teams, which again, I don't mean in a negative way. Nothing wrong with the basics.
But it is going to help out having Gecko doing the scouting, trying to get the high ground, while the teams fight it out between the statue and a hard place.
That was a big hack coming out from Gecko, but they weren't able to make it happen. But as I say, that Stanky goes down.
Yeah, once that shield comes down, ain't nothing happening. We got an anti coming in to help out.
What happened is that Splinter used his bubbles very aggressively there, so he didn't happen to save.
Whoa!
Big shatter there.
And an interrupt coming from the brick.
Whoa! And they grab the grenade to boot. And this is all Elusion so far.
But we got the trans coming in, trying to sustain. And huge anti connects with
Huge
4 people on that.
4 people hit on that, but it doesn't matter. They're still going to be able to get the kills. And you have to wonder, Serge, if that was an over-investment of the
I think, in all honesty, I don't think it was, but the fact that the anti connected with 4 people as they were trying to connect did make it seem a little redundant. I think they used the Transcendence smartly, and they're continuing to push the defense back. They use the Transcendence smartly. However, obviously the anti just is going to cancel out. They're going to leave Honey on payload, Gecko helping her out, push the payload, 2 people on, and they're just going to keep. They're going to do what they can to keep. I'm losing my words here.
Elusion's been playing very well so far. You know, he led them in to capture that point. Big EMP coming into the back line.
Block shatter, a sound barrier grab. This is all with so many ult exchanges just to keep sustainability on point. However, even with the anti on them, a bubbled Ryan is gonna keep pushing them back.
And the bubble does take away that status effect that the biotic grenade provides you when you are able to negative on the opposing
You
team.
see Cryogenic split off from the team. He's going to get staggered away.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's a big kill coming in from Gecko.
Honestly,
You have a lot of ultimates here. If you get back, no, they're not. They're going to give up this point. And that is not. This has been a very poor defensive round from Karma so far. Not getting a lot of value from their ultimates. They only got 1 fight there on the street phase, which is very atypical.
yeah, they just haven't had a chance to get a really good setup. And when the offense is pushing up, especially with their Lucio and everything, and here we go again. Another example. They're not able to set up around the corner, which people usually do. Oh, a counter Shanner.
Responding grab, but he gets slept. That is a huge save there by Cryogenics.
Stanky's fighting in the back line. Juice is going to be swinging around. Juice gets a kill on Stanky. We get a stall on Skate Free, but he's going to take the high ground.
They're trying to get the boots into the pit so bad, but needed to make it stick. Juice has been playing so well. He's been this entire time. Comes into the street phase, gets some staggered kills. He has been the rock of this team so far.
And the time for boops around that corner are over. We got a grab coming in. Trans. Oh, we got the zoning. Will it connect? Yes, it connects. Sky Free gets the double. And they're going to push the offense back. They're finally getting their foothold here on the Sky. Ah! I'm sorry, that was beautiful.
Transcendence probably the best defensive ultimate, but it can't save you from that Ryan pin, and it can't save you from the D.Va self-destruct, as we clearly just saw right there. Karma finally digging their heels in, and a sign of life from this team, Surge.
Like I was about to say earlier, they haven't been able to get a foothold in any defensive positioning, but now with that fight, oh, man,
combo right there.
I think I spoke too soon.
Textbook combo coming out from Elusion.
The Nado on Stanky try to keep him sustained. It's not going to help. He's not going to be able to escape. Skyfree's still maintaining the high ground. We got a lone.
I personally feel bad for Cryogenics because every fight they have been landing massive biotic grenades, but it's already when their team has lost a fight and they just haven't been able to connect with anyone. But a big shatter coming in, but he's in the pit! Oh! Ivy! Talking about making your appearance known!
I think Ivy's just relieving some stress from work because that boop was ruthless. Oh!
That boop was potentially round saving. A huge shatter coming in from Stanky Pants, and she just says, I don't care. You're going off the map and we're taking this round.
Initiating match.
Big time bank coming in from Elusion, 3 minutes and 13 seconds. And if you're Karma, I have been in these types of games playing. It is very difficult to try to maintain your positivity and your morale after a round like that. But we got to see what they're going to come out with on attacks here, Serge.
Yeah, they gotta have. I mean, aside from any particular Sombra plays, I don't know. Like, it's really hard to try to think of a counter coming out of gate because after first point, it was just round after round. They just kept pushing forward, 1 or 2 person on the car at most. And and like I said, they weren't able to get the footholding on the defensive side, and they just kept getting pushed back, even when the cart wasn't even close to the next point.
Right, when you saw Elusion on that attack, if you saw the way they were moving through that street space, you would not know this is a team that's around roughly, 2.5, 3 KSR. You would think this is a tier 3 or tier 2 team, because they're doing it textbook. Get 1 on the payload, push forward, be aggressive, keep pushing them back, and get that free progress in. And now we got to see if they're going to carry that momentum here onto this defensive round.
Karma, just like Illusion on the other side, is going to be
5,
starting off with
4,
a widow.
3, 2,
Try to get
Attackers
see if we can get an early pickoff.
defend objective
They are going to switch off the Baptiste. It was just to have the immortality field to go for the pickoff to start. Pretty clever play there, but the Illusion were on top of it. But a huge pick early on. You can't have that happen if you're Illusion.
But they're still going to go for it. They are not having this. I don't know what. Wait, what just happened? They just pushed. They let the entire team come back.
Where Elusion lost one early on, they couldn't fight it. Now they're going to do the intelligent thing. Give up some progress, come back in and take the fight that you know you can't win. Put a huge hack, and they're all there for the target priority.
The stagger characters coming in with the Zarya. Nick is going to be doing his best. Keep Ivy up. You got the boots going around left and right. Ivy gets taken down by Splinter. Nick taken down by Landbetter. Oh man.
Landbetter on Volskaya, his somber play was a little underwhelming, but coming in, he is playing angry. Beautiful hacks onto just the right targets. And they say, hey, you can take it first point, you can take it first fight, well, we can do the same thing. Now over 5 minutes in the time bank coming in for Karma.
Oh, an unfortunate charge leaves Tanky in the backline. Gets a really good charge on Kurt, trying to come back to his team.
And now Land winning the 1v1. And now Land winning the 1v1 against Gecko, getting the headshot onto him. He's so low, but he is going to get out in time. He's going to hack that health kit.
And it looks like they're trading for trade. They're making sure that the defense is not able to get a foothold. Again, like you said, leaving one person on card, just keep pushing, make progress as they trickle and poke, trying to get their ults ready for the upcoming fights. We see a somber battle happening on the left side. We get a disconnect from Gecko. I'm sorry, from Landbetter. We got a rally coming in from Splinter, trying to get the sustainability around this corner. We get it. Oh,
and the hack shot, that's beautiful.
There we go. There we go. The hack shatter.
And that is going to be an easy second point take, excuse me.
All the points, all the hits make their marks. Offense is pushing the defense back all the way through. This is a beautiful turnaround.
And ladies and gentlemen, there is no defense here. It is all offense, an absolute slugfest. Gecko behind the team. He's looking for that EMP angle. And now this is big for Cryogenics.
Translator comes in.
The trans!
Oh, huge EMP from both sides. Got the trans, got the grab.
Karma got the better end of it, but now the responding Transcendence is going to come in from Honey.
The shatter doesn't connect, so we got the sound barrier coming in to correspond with another grab. And everybody's just falling like flies. The offense is just holding on. Gecko tries to escape. He has a Discord, so they know he's up there.
Karma there only
Landbetter's going in for the kill.
Landbetter, he's bloodthirsty. He wants it. He's going to get it. The late kill. That is disastrous for Team Elusion.
447 coming in on the last stretch.
And they kill Ivy.
No, Ivy, you gotta get those boots. Gotta make them count.
Stanky with 2. And the shatter. The heroics coming in from Stanky.
These charge shatters are amazing. Gecko tries to get the high ground, doesn't quite make it. We got an Ivy coming in with sound barrier, trying to sustain on point, trying to stall it as long as she can. She gets hacked. We get a
coming in. He won't find anything. What an incredible attacking round from Karma, showing such fortitude, such intestinal fortitude coming out from Karma. To lose so one-sidedly on their defending round and come out and to finish even faster than Elusion.
Illusions just went ahead and said, hey, you did it, we could do it better. That
And the
is
series
huge.
is 1st to 3 for everybody wondering at home. It is currently 1-1 here in this third map. So unlike an Overwatch League kind of format, draws do not really benefit either team. You know, you go up 2-0 at the half, you draw the third map, you pretty much clinch the series. Not exactly the case here in the Tranquility League. You got to actually get wins on the board. Draws do not help.
Oh man, with
Attackers incoming
with
30 seconds.
a full minute ahead, we see Karma getting ready to do.
They need to defend once again. They are going to be playing the Somber Goats. It will most likely be the same or conventional 3-3 coming out from Elusion on their attacking round. Not where they thought they would be after that first round.
I'm looking for a very strong defense. They're going to be holding around the back corner here on first point, it seems. Only to be poking to see ahead, see what's going on. We got the Widow with the Venomine straight ahead.
Right,
Poison
and
goes on
the
to
Venomine
stay.
go off on them.
Yep, Venomine got charged from the offensive spawn.
Big kick on the Cryogenics! My goodness, what is he doing out there?
And that is the cue for them to move in. We got an exchange back and forth.
Gecko! It is so back and forth. The hack comes in on the Jewish missile. He's going to have to back up. Nick, he's charging up. He wants to get aggressive. He's pushing past the choke into the archway. They're trying to push them back, getting as much progress as they can possibly get.
Jewish missile getting some charge, but that doesn't matter. I don't think it's
He pushes up too far, Surge. He goes too far, and they're going to let them back in this.
The Gecko's trying to zone them down into the alleyway, but it's not going to be enough to. Oh my goodness.
Karma's going to hold. It looked like Elusion had it all wrapped up after the great pick from Gecko, who is staying on this Widowmaker. He's about to have that in for sight. So 15.5 seconds of wall hacks, as people like to call it. We're going to have the rally come in from Splinter over on the Karma side, trying to push into the hotel. The responding Transcendence comes in from Honey.
The sights come in. Sabosa's team is trying to sustain in this building fight. They're trying to keep it into the corridor. Oh, grab comes in. Jewish missile cut. Double grab!
And the...
Sound barrier and trans comes off for the sustain.
And he died with the EMP as well. They were really banking on that ultimate. And now Elusion, there's no way they're going to lose this time. They will not be denied a second time. They're going to get this cap, and they're going to get it rolling into the street phase with a minute 20 and the time bank.
That was beautifully done on both parts. First, it seemed that Karma had been pushed back to no avail. I thought they were just going to give it up. And then they come around with Gecko still on the Widowmaker. They pull around the corner and keep the fight in the building. No one from either side on the point. And they just had the sustain battle.
I do wonder what the Widowmaker is going to accomplish here. It's very good for that first point, but when you're playing against a 3-3 like this, who are you exactly going to go for? The Zenyatta possibly, because Zenyatta is going to be getting bubbles, and the Zenyatta is being behind the Reinhardt shield, and you have this more narrow sort of street space coming in, lots of 90-degree angles similar to Rialto, and I wonder if Gecko is going to make this Widow pick work. EMP going to come in. There it is, connects to 3.
Cryogenics getting a kill. He's not having it anymore.
And I want to say that was a very intelligent play by Honey. She already knew the fight was lost. They were down 2. It's natural for a lot of Zenyatas when the EMP comes in, they want to try to snipe it with the Transcendence. She knew the fight wasn't worth it, and she's going to hold on to that ultimate coming in for this next push. Now I wonder if their ult tracking is good enough to know that Speed Free is at 67 on his Graviton, which means they can be very aggressive with one of their support ults.
Well,
and there it is, they're coming in with the sound barrier!
And the rally, trying to sustain the team fight, trying to keep at least people bouncing around the park.
Big shatter!
Massive! With almost everybody, including the person on the cart. Oh, but the grab comes in. Everybody caught in, including Gecko. The Gecko's the last man standing, and he's off.
This is where Karma will hold anybody's game going into round 4.
Oh, this is so exciting.
3 to 4. Switching sides.
Oh man, you said you were wondering what the Widow pick was gonna do. Well, stall it at least for that point. That's what the Widow pick was gonna do.
Some Widow heroics coming in from Gecko to start the round. Could not keep it going into the streets phase. Karma did a very good job playing around that corner, out of line of sight of that Widowmaker, making that pick a little bit non-viable in that situation. And so now we just have to see if they're going to be able to equalize and get to that same point. As I said a moment ago, it is anybody's game.
We're gonna see the Widowmaker himself being on Winston for, it seems, a Winston variant of a 3-3
Attackers
composition
incoming
coming in
30 seconds.
from Elusion's side.
So they're running 3-3 with double main tank. This is very interesting coming in from
Honey
Team
switches
Elusion.
off to the Ana.
Right, Ana makes a lot of sense. You're coming in with 2 main tanks. That's a good spot from Honey. You want to have that high burst healing potential, that main support presence, if you're going to be playing with 2 main tanks in your roster.
5,
Yeah,
4,
and
3,
we have the classic main tank off tank with the Ryan,
attackers
Stanky on Ryan, Skyfree on Zarya.
objective A.
See if Ladmetter, they're pulling the same trick
Very
with
well.
the
Understood.
immortality field.
Yes.
Try to get that first pick, but he's gonna switch off and actually go to Lucio to get that 3-3. I'm sorry, that 3-2-1 with the Sombra composition. Fighting
Not
around the
surprising at
corner,
all.
taking
Exactly
it
what they
into the
did.
building. Yep.
Pushing through the hotel. This is very good from them. They're going to wrap around. They're going to stop them from being able to come and push into that corner that they want to
Stanky
hold in.
gets slept. Gecko tickling around. Landvetter is trying to get out of there.
Oh man, that is not where you want to be, my friend.
Oh,
He's going to go down the
goodness.
Gecko, and Karma is going to be repelled. Ski will not escape with his energy. And the big anti-nade onto Stanky. They're going to get a lot of great exit kills coming into this and a lot of ult charge to boot.
Pushed all the way back to spawn. Charging up the ults, making sure that they can make no progress. Trying to do that same in-building fight. But they just got punished. Elusion says, no, no sir, you are not coming in.
Absolutely, sir. It was a good idea in theory. They went around the hotel. A lot of teams like to kind of push back into that corner near the archway. They wanted to wrap around and stop them from being able to do that on their defensive rotation. But Elusion just played it so well. The speed dart came in, and they just capitalized. And were able to execute. But a big shatter!
2 picks off the start to start this team fight. Transcendence comes in from Cryogenics.
Good bubble onto Stanky to keep him alive from that Rhine pin. And Karma, it's looking like they are going to get this. Gecko's a long way from home. He's going to get sent back to spawn. And Karma is going to cap this point. Oh, and they're going to get the stagger onto Mick as well.
And the main composition is pushing up to where they need to be. Make sure that they don't get a setup here, but they're going around and taking the main, going back to point A to stall it out at
They're trying to fight this.
two
May have
and
been
a
a
half
misplay.
ticks.
This may have been a misplay from Karma. They may have got too aggressive without actually capturing the point. Oh my goodness!
Oh,
Off the Graviton. This is a massive oversight coming in from Karma. A shatter
It's
gets
pretty
blocked and they
evenly
use the
matched.
sound barrier. If they don't win this,
no! Oh, Illusions might.
no, Karma is going to take it.
Okay, there we go.
That was a heads-up play from Gecko and from Ivy to understand they didn't have the numbers on the point. They didn't have it fully capped yet. They got a little too over-aggressive and they went in to punish them. Shame for them they weren't able to make it work, but that is very heads-up intelligent play.
Definitely. Utilize the Primal Rage, just charge back to spawn, and to stall it out for the rest of the team to get there.
Absolutely, and it's a good trade for them because the Primal Rage, it's not an incredibly valuable ultimate, especially on this map where you can't really get environmentals with it. It's kind of good for stalling, good for pushing people around and stalling them.
That's exactly.
Six-man
hack coming in on Illusion's side. They're gonna lose Jewish coming into here. Master Splinter showing the ways of the ninja arts. They're just cleaning up house. Gecko's the only one on point stalling it out. But we got Stinky coming in. Another Primal Rage pops off, but he's the only one there. We got the sustainability from Splinter from the rally, and it looks like they're actually gonna make it all the way.
Karma will take it, and they will go up 2-1 in this series. Their ult staggering was so perfect in that final fight. They came in with the EMP. They hit all 6, which in itself should be enough to win you the fight, but Elusion were able to stay alive. But Stanky held his shatter. He was patient, and the second the EMP was about to wear off, he lands a massive shatter to be able to follow up with those kills they weren't able to get on the EMP.
Well,
Great
there's
ult
that-
execution and comboing from Karma to help them take that third map.
There's that fantastic boop that you had said during the first set.
The round clenching boob.
Oh, that was so beautifully done.
Well, Sergio, we were wondering how they would do, without Memo in the lineup, with Ivy coming back in. They didn't exactly get the win, but it was a very competitive game. They're definitely not out of this by any means.
And I did say I wanted to see some even head-to-head matches, and I got it. It was served to me on a silver platter. And don't mind me, I'm just gonna slurp this up real quick. Oh, beautiful. Oh, the round turning boop, the beautiful execution of stalling the point by Gecko at that last part.
Right, there's so many heroics from so many different players too. I think both main tanks really showed just how great they are for these teams. They were both really leading the charge, hitting humongous shatters, peeking in and out of the corners and onto the point, playing, knowing when to get defensive, knowing when to get aggressive. Both of them were really helping their team rally around them and playing so well. It was just Stanky and Karma that ended up getting the better end of it. And so now for our fourth map, we are going to go into Rialto. It's going to be Karma with match point going into this.
Man. This is so wonderfully done. I gotta say, for as much of a unit cohesive team as Elusion is, Ivy still hasn't changed that profile picture. Even you know what? I'll take that back. Even though Ivy is not matching, she still managed to snag play of the game from that last round.
Chat, you cannot see it, but Team Elusion is rocking the Dallas Fuel gamer icons. Okay, everybody, we are going to have just a slight restart, so a little bit of a delay, nothing to worry about. If you want to give us just a couple of moments, we'll be right back to you with the Tranquility League.